So we're just going to jump right in, and I'm going to start by using my Bahi Cosmetics toner water just to hydrate my face, and I'm just going to spray that all over and let it dry. Next, I'm going to take my Bahi Cosmetics Sunflower Seed Serum, and I'm going to put that all over my face and massage it into my skin just to give my skin a little moisture.
Since you went away, all I do now is sleep alone. Don't like being away.
So I'm going to start the eyes off by priming with the Kat Von D Lock-It Concealer, and I'm just going to blend that out with the Beauty Blender and set it with Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. Next, I'm just going to take this super ratchet blush that my stepmom gave me, and I'm just going to use it as a transition shade, and it's just like a bubblegum pink shade. And then I'm going to take this MAC Pigment in Bright Fuchsia, and I'm just going to buff that into my crease and blend it out using a fluffy brush.
To believe, girl, I can't go on without you, no one. Tell me, baby, can't you see?
Then I'm going to take a super big fluffy brush and blend it out even more so there's no harsh lines. Next, I'm going to take this Makeup Forever Artist Shadow in the color M928, and I'm just going to use that to start deepening the crease. And I'm going to use a dome brush and windshield wiper motions to blend that out. And then I'm just going to take a tapered blending brush and a little bit more bright fuchsia and just blend that out even more. Next, I'm going to take a small definer brush and pick up a little bit of Delectable from the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. And I'm just going to use that to deepen the crease a lot and just to begin to create a cut crease. And I'm just going to blend that out using small circular motions. Next, I'm going to prime for my shadows using the e.l.f. glitter adhesive, and I'm just using this so my shadows will show up better and more pigmented. So first I'm going to take this L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadow in the shade Glistening Garnett, and I'm just going to pack that on the outer corner of my eyelid, and I'm kind of going to build the color up so it doesn't get lost underneath the pigment that I'm going to lay down on top. And next, I'm going to take this baby pink shade from the Urban Decay Naked 3 palette. I don't really know the name right now, but I'll list it in the description box. And I'm just going to put that on the inner portion of my eyelid. And I obviously was struggling to get this clip in the camera frame. And then I'm just going to take the tip of the brush and blend the two shadows together. Next, I'm going to take the Luscious by Lynn Glitz Fix, and I'm just going to use this to prime for the pigment that I'm going to put on top of the shadows. And I'm just going to place that all over the lid. And then I'm going to take this Makeup Forever Diamond Powder. I don't know what shade it's in, but I'll put it in the description box. And I'm just going to pack that in my inner corner kind of heavily, and then I'm going to work it in the outer portion of my lid. And I'm not going to really put it on as heavily so it doesn't really cover up the color a lot. And because that color did get a little washed out, I'm going to go back in with that Garnet shadow and just put that over top the pigment just so that color is a little bit more present. And I'm just going to go back in with Delectable on the same defining brush and sharpen up the crease a little bit more. And then I'm just going to take a clean dome brush and blend that out even more. And then I'm going to take this Frosty Pink shade from the Naked 3 palette and put that on my inner corner. And I also put it on my brow bone, but I couldn't find that clip. And I also did my eyeliner off camera as well. So to start off the face, I'm going to take my MAC Strobe Cream, and I'm just going to put that all over my face so our skin can have, you know, that nice radiant glow or whatever. And then I'm going to take my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer and I'm just going to put that all over my face to smooth out any imperfections so we can look flawless. So now I'm going to take my Maybelline BareSkin and my KayLux Cosmetics Critic's Choice Loose Highlighter Powder, and I'm going to mix those two together and dot that on my face, and it's just going to give us a nice glowy look, dewy finish, you know, just gonna make us look popping and whatnot. And I'm just gonna blend that out using a beauty blender. And next I'm just going to take my BareMinerals BareSkin Concealer and I'm just going to use that to highlight the high points of my face, and I'm going to use a beauty blender to blend that out.
You're hoping just to dice, but you're running, you keep running towards the ending.
And then I'm just going to take a concealer brush and sharpen up my wings because they were looking a little crusty. And now I'm just going to take my Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Setting Powder and I'm going to use that to bake all the highlighted areas of my face. And then I'm going to take my Maybelline FIT ME Set and Smooth and I'm just going to use that to set the rest of my face and to dust off the powder that I left on to bake. And the reason I sped through this whole process super fast is just because I felt like it really wasn't that important to this tutorial, and I'm going to do a whole nother tutorial on this process, so it doesn't really matter. Next I'm going to take this NYX Highlight and Contour Pro Palette and I'm going to take the shade Tan and I'm just going to use that to contour my cheekbones, my forehead, jawline, and underneath my lip. And I did contour my nose, but like I said, I'm going to do another video on that. So you know I gotta break out the Urban Decay All-Nighter Setting Spray just to ensure that no matter what you are doing on Valentine's Day, your makeup stays put and in place. And I'm just gonna let that dry halfway through. And then I'm gonna take my Anastasia Beverly Hills That Glow Kit and I'm gonna use Drippin' Gold, and it's crusty, I know. And then I'm just going to highlight my cheekbones, the bridge and the tip of my nose, my chin, and my forehead. And while I was editing this, I realized that I went real ham with the highlighter. But you know, it's all good because we're going to be looking like an edible glazed donut, real snackable and whatnot. I don't know why, but this super extra highlight was just really making me happy. It was getting me going. Since this is a Valentine's Day tutorial, you know our Cupid's bow gotta be popping. So I'm gonna take a definer brush and the highlighter, and then I'm just gonna buff that out with my finger. And you know, since we already being extra, I might as well smack some more highlighter on that top lip. And then I'm just going to take my finger and blend that out so our top lip's not looking crusty. And now to start off the lips, I'm going to take MAC's Chesnut Lip Liner and I'm just going to line my top and bottom lips and I'm going to blot them together to drag that lip liner down a little bit. And then then I'm going to take Kat Von D's liquid lipstick in the color Noble, and I'm just going to put that all over my bottom lip and blot it on the top. And then I'm going to take whatever products left over on the wand, and I'm just going to clean up the edges of my lips.
Tell me all the things, wouldn't let me go. Make up the time I spend inside in this relationship is so alive. Tell me again, why did I stay into this thing, baby? No.
And then I'm going to take this Exaggerate lip liner from Rimmel London in the color Enchantment, and I'm just going to put that on the outer corners of my lips for a little color. And then I'm just going to go in with the off-brand Cork. You guys already know what it is, baby. And I'm going to use that to define my lips a little bit more. And I'm just going to draw a line down the middle of my lips and blend that out. And I'm just going to define my lower bottom lip a little bit more. And then I'm going to go back in with Enchantment and add a little bit more color to the lips. And then I'm going to go back in one more time with the off-brand Cork, and I'm just going to define my top lip a little bit more. And now I'm going to take Dreamy Lip Gloss by MAC, and I'm just going to smack that all over my lips. You know, kind of going to go ham with it, but it doesn't matter because they're going to be looking real kissable, real smackable, real edible, and whatnot. And I'm going to take another Rimmel lip liner in the color Puree, and I'm going to use that to line my waterline. And I know it's a lip liner, but you know, who gonna check me? I'm not gonna die. It doesn't matter, and it still looks poppin'. So yeah, just throw that in there. And then I lost like all the clips of me doing my lower lash line, but I just took Delectable and a little bit of that fuchsia pigment and smoked out my lower lash line. And then I went ahead and put my lashes on off camera as well. But bow, here is the final look. I hope you guys like it. If you decide to wear this look on your little days with your little Valentine's or whatever, tag me in it so I have something to look at while I'm stuffing my face on Valentine's Day by myself. And like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you guys want to see next. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!